My name is Matthew Callahan. I just got top 8 at the Tuscaloosa Regional the other day, and I want to give a big shout out to Hakuna Matata for doing this deck profile. So let's get right into it. Okay, so let's get right into it. I got Rimbrum on the top because that was the MVP the whole tournament. I'll talk about that later. Let me put that over here. So first off, we're going to have 3 Mirror Swords Knight, best normal summon in the deck, and then 3 Cornfield Codal. This gets you to this, and it gets you to Gazelle. 3 Nightmare Apprentice because, again, it gets you to any of these other cards. This can get you to this. It's just an endless resource loop in this deck, and that's one of the greatest things about it. 3 Gazelle, another good normal summon. Not your best normal summon, but at times it can be your best, but most of the time it's just good. 2 Big Wing Baphomet. This is kind of a brick, but now that Nightmare Apprentice is around, this plus this and a discard can get you to your whole combo. 1 Master Tau. I see Liz not playing this. I think that is kind of dumb because it's pretty key to your combo and it helps you get Diabelles out. This is your win con against a lot of decks. Tenpai has a lot of trouble with it. Runic Stun, any kind of decks like that, any kind of runic decks, but decks that do a lot of quick plays, they're going to really struggle with it. But yeah, this card's broken. 3 Chimera Fusion. Again, this is one of those cards I've seen Liz playing too, and I don't like that. I think that's not right. I've been playing this deck since like October on and off, and it's just 3 is just the way to go, especially now you got all this. And I'll tell you about some changes I would have made later on. Let me put these up. That's it for your Chimera Illusion Engine, I guess you would call it. They kind of go hand in hand with each other very well. For the branded package, I do think the branded version is the strongest. Now, I know there's been others that have topped with the other versions, so I'm not saying those are not good. I'm just saying I think branded is a higher ceiling and it's just better overall. Plus, this is a starter in the deck. Why not play another starter? 3 Branded Fusion, 2 Albaz, the Hex Sealed. Hex Sealed is strictly for going into Dragoon, but there's hands where you can use it for other stuff too. Now, for the other little sub-engine, the Patchwork Engine, this engine alone wins games. It's unreal. 3 Edge Imp Chain. Edge Imp Chain is crazy. And 2 Poly. So what this does, it's kind of an endless resource loop. Plus it gets you free discards for Dragoon, Super Poly, Droplet, whatever. There's a cool play where you can put this back with one of the cards in the extra deck. Just play the Patchwork Engine. Just play it. Now, I don't know if I would cut one of these, maybe. I just don't know if that would help or hurt the deck. But like I said, I will test that, and I'll try to let people know. All right, now here is where things differ. I did not play hand traps. I don't like the format in general. I went in thinking, hey, I'm going to play something I like and that I actually have fun with. Whatever happens, happens. 3 Droplet. Droplet is so good, this format. This is main deck. I think any deck I play, that'll be main deck. As long as your deck can afford to discard. Luckily, this deck can. There's a lot of stuff you want to discard. 3 Super Poly. I know this card's not that great, this format, but it was good enough when it needed to be. 3 Triple Tactics Talents. Another card that's great when you need it to be, and at other times it's just a dead card. But there's a lot of times where this card pretty much won me games, and there was times where it was just awesome. So I think in a board breaker approach, it's great. 1 Call By. This card wins games when it needs to. The only issue is it's only at 1, and probably for good reason because it's a broken card. And then 1 Tikaboo. I think this came up one time. I don't even think I activated. I cannot remember this card actually. I don't even know. Like, I don't even think I activated it one time. And the one time that I'm trying to remember if I did, I don't think it really changed the game any. So I just play it because it's an unfair card, and if there's unfair cards out there, you should play them if your deck can play them. That's not our fault that they're there. So I want to start off with the branded stuff. Well, first off, I want to start off with Rimbrum. Rimbrum is an MVP. People cannot believe how good this card is. It is a negate for any extra deck monster, and it's a non-targeting return. Crazy. Dragoon, this is an honorary branded card. Awesome. Albion, the branded dragon. I mean, you got to play it. Lubellion rarely comes up, but it can come up, so got to play it. One Mirror Jade. I would rather have this over this. I would rather have this over this a lot of times. So a lot of times I'm not going into this, but when you get greedy on the crackback, you can. Is that it for the branded stuff? Yes. Now let's go into the Chimera stuff. I'm gonna put these up. The Chimera stuff is pretty simple. One Baphomet of the Phantom Beast, and two Chimera the King of Phantom Beasts, and then one of the Chimera the Illusion Beast. This is your OTK guy. This is your guy that rips a card. This is your Foolish. Both of these kind of get each other back from the extra deck. If I had to make one big change to the deck, I would play two of these over two of these. And I should have did that. Luckily, it didn't hurt me too bad. But there was just times where that would have been more advantageous. This is kind of a Chimera card. It says Chimera, so hey, we're going to call it Chimera. And this deck uses it probably better than any other deck. Two Guardian Chimera. I can't remember if the second one ever came up, but I mean, they got reprinted, so you might as well run two now if you can. Yeah, great card. So that's it for our Chimera stuff. Like I said, definitely I would change these ratios right there. It just performed good though. One Magnum the Reliever. This is an awesome card. I didn't understand it at first, but it can draw you a card, plus it's a quick effect destroy. But this is how you put back your poly and get your Frightfur Patchwork alive again at times. Yeah, this card's awesome. Plus it can get bodies off the board, get you more resources. Yeah, awesome card. And it is conveniently a fiend. So for Super Poly, this is the worst part about playing Super Poly, is you gotta take up so much space. Dragon Dispellia is kind of an engine requirement though in this deck. Well, not engine, but you know, extra deck staple, because it just can do so much and you can go into it a lot of different ways. And this card is good. I would say this card probably won me like 2 games by itself. And if it didn't just win the game, it just really put them in such a bad position they couldn't do anything. Standard, I mean, you know, whatever. Sometimes a free draw is nice off of that because you can fuse it away to Wing Beast. There's lots of hands where you can do a lot of things. But anyways, I just want to, like I said, I want to give a shout out to Hakuna Matata. Appreciate you putting the deck profile up, and I want people to know that this deck does not suck. Also, I have my own YouTube channel, Matt's Card Corner. If anybody wants to check it out, I'm going to be posting some Chimera content on there and some other stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching, and y'all have fun out there.